In this video, I'm going to review students how to multiply fractions. To multiply fractions, you simply multiply the numerators together and then multiply the denominators together. So to multiply fractions, you're going to say 3 times 7 and then divide it by 4 times 8. This is a proper fraction times a proper fraction. Once they get their product, they need to check their answer 21/32 to see if it can be reduced to simplest form. If you have a mixed number, 5 times 5 6. You have a whole number times a proper fraction. Anytime you have a whole number, you place it over 1. And then you continue the process of saying 5 times 5, which is 25, and 1 times 6, which is 6. In this case, our answer is an improper fraction. If any point in time you have an improper fraction, you need to convert it to a mixed number. To convert an improper fraction to a mixed number, you're going to take 25 and divide it by 6. 6 will divide 25 4 times. 6 times 4 is 24, and your remainder is 1. 4 will be their whole number, and the remainder will become the numerator, and 6 will be the denominator. So now your answer is going to be 4 and 1/6. If your problem involves mixed numbers, if you have 1 and 2/3 times 2 and 1/9. Anytime you're working with mixed numbers, we encourage students to use the backwards C method. And the backwards C method simply says that they will take the denominator and multiply it times the whole number and add the numerator and place it over the denominator. So 1 and 2/3 will change to 5 over 3. And when you do 2 and 1/9 using the backwards C method, you're going to say 9 times 2 and then add 1 and place it over 9. So here your answer would be 19 over 9. Then we go back to our rule for multiplying, where we multiply numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. 5 times 19 would give you 95 over 27. Again, this is an improper fraction because the numerator is larger than the denominator. So students come to the side and divide 27 into 95. And 27 will divide 95 3 times. And that will give you 81 with 14 left over. Then your mixed number would be 3 and 14 27ths. Once you get your answers, always check to see if they can be reduced by a common factor. Some of their problems may involve integer rules for multiplying. I've given students this little trick to remember their rules for multiplying and dividing because they are the same for multiplying and dividing. So I've given this little mnemonic, and I tell my students that if the signs are the same, I'm happy, and my answer is going to be positive. So it doesn't matter if I have a positive times a positive, my answer is going to be positive. If I have a positive divided by a positive, my answer is going to be positive. If I have two negatives, I'm happy, and my answer is going to be positive. So it doesn't matter if I am multiplying those two negatives or if I'm dividing those two negatives. Then on the other side of it is if I have a positive and a negative, I'm unhappy, and my answer is going to be negative. If I have a negative and a positive, I'm unhappy, and my answer is negative. So to look at some examples on these, if I were to give a student 1/2 times negative 5/6, 1/2 is positive, 5/6 is negative. So that means I'm unhappy because the signs are different. So my answer is going to be negative 5/12. If I had negative 7/8 times negative 11/12, both factors are negative. So if they're both negative, I'm happy, and that means that my answer is going to be positive. So I'm going to have 77 over 96.